Welcome back to my channel, Bizarre Baddies. I'm the Moma, two N's as in Nancy for those of you guys who don't know. So this is a new segment that I'm introducing on my YouTube channel, and it's called MoTalk. And the first topic that we're going to talk about is friends. So the first word that comes into my mind when I think about friends is inconvenience. Now, I know that seems a little bit weird, but for me, I don't feel like having friends is always a convenient thing. And I think some may call it an unpopular opinion, but I feel as though friends come with a lot of inconveniences. And to break that down, it's like your friends are not always going to put you in the most comfortable positions, or you're not always going to be nice and comfortable doing things for your friends. I feel like when it comes to friends, they may ask you for help. They may, need a favor. They may request something that will inconvenience you. And inconvenience does not mean it will hurt you. It does not mean that you will be badly wounded or affected. Inconvenience simply means that something that, let's say you were supposed to be on your way to work and you just, go straight. Now you have to make a left. You know what I'm saying? You have to make a left, stop over here, pick this thing up, and then go to your friend's house and then come back and be on your way. So it's like when it comes to having friends, you inconvenience yourself to make them more comfortable. And in a good friendship, that is reciprocated. So I feel as though in today's age, people have lost sight of this word. People have lost sight of this meaning. People feel as though friendships are supposed to be comfortable and they're supposed to be relaxing, and they're supposed to be, everything's just chill. I don't gotta do shit for you. You don't do shit for me, but when I need you to do something for me, you better do it or you're not my fucking friend. So it's like, I feel as though that's a lost mindset. That's a lost way of viewing things because it's really selfish. You know what I'm saying? To want a friend to do something for you that you yourself know you would not reciprocate or haven't reciprocated in the past. So I feel as though this comes from, people taking their friends' niceness for granted. And that's happened to me. Like, I'll go over the top, I'll do this for the person. I'll show them that this is just how much you mean to me. And I let them know, like, I'm inconveniencing myself. Like, some people be like, you shouldn't tell your friends, or don't tell your friends what you've done for them. And it's not like I'm going to push it in their face, but as I'm helping them, I'm letting them know, like, damn, this was a lot of work. Like, this was kind of a heavy burden to carry, but I got you because you're my friend. And I feel like friends just don't give a fuck about that. And that's fine, especially because when you're doing something for someone, it should come from the heart. Again, let's say that again. When you're doing something for someone, it should come from the heart. It shouldn't come from a place of eventually you're going to do it back for me. Eventually, you're going to reciprocate it. Good friendships are natural. Good friendships aren't demanding. Good friendships are strenuous. So again, the word inconvenience, I'm bringing it back to that because it does not mean you're suffering. It does not mean that you're literally killing yourself or your friends. Just slight inconveniences. And the more the friendship grows, maybe the bigger inconveniences. But you guys are doing that for each other. It's reciprocal. Here's another thing. That's not going to be 24/7. Friendships, what people also fail to remember, is they're like relationships. A friendship is a relationship at the end of the day. It is not a romantic relationship. It's a platonic relationship, but it is a relationship. So when it comes to relationships, there's this thing where it's not always 50-50, or it's never 50-50. I feel as though, there's periods of times where you're really low down and your friend is holding your back. But you know what I like to see? When your friend is now low down, you're holding it down for that friend. Because for you to think that when your friend is in their lowest point for them, they're going to do something for you or help you out, is kind of bizarre. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like you see them literally going through life. So why would you think that they have it in them to help you out? In this moment, you need to carry the burden. But once they get back up to par, which isn't 100% for you to carry. Take breaks for yourself. Like, don't ever let yourself get into something where, you know, it's too much. But if you do have it in you to stay there for the friend, help the friend, then hopefully when that friend gets back to 100%, they can help you out if it's needed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they will never need to help you out. Everything's fine. But just the fact that they know that you're there for them and they communicate, I would do the same thing for you, or like, I got you back. You know what I'm saying? Is really heartwarming. And I feel like that's really what meshes with me as a true definition of friendship. And another thing is sometimes in friendships, or I feel like in the best type of friendships, things aren't really communicated, you know, and that sounds kind of funky because I was just saying this whole thing about, you know, communicate this, communicate that. But I just mean it in a sense of there's like an underlying feeling, there's like an underlying known thing with you and this certain friend or those certain friends that everything's good. They got you, you got them. There's an understanding. It's peaceful when you're around them. When you leave, if you were high vibrational, you're leaving high vibrational. You're not leaving low and depleted and sad and wondering what is life. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in those friendships, things are just so unanimously, I think I said that wrong, but things are just so unanimously good, unanimously mutual that you don't really have to say shit to that friend. You don't have to let that friend know, I got you, I love you, I'm gonna help you out if you need it, because it's just a known thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's awesome. But friends who you feel as though need to hear it, then you can go ahead and let them know. But never you, and you guys can take this advice if you want to take it or not, but never you let a friend pressurize you into moving up the ladder with them at their pace. Let yourself flow in your friendships. Just because you're feeling like, oh, you know, we should be locked in, I should be your closest, da 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 da. It's like, that's not up to said friend. If you guys come to that decision and it's just boom, like we besties, then cool. But like, I feel like people be like trying to pressurize people. Like, you know, I would experience that. Like, we have to be best friends. You have to tell me everything. And it's just like, honey, I'm still testing you out. I'm still feeling you out. I don't know you. At least you haven't shown me enough to make me feel like I know you. So it's like, take your time with friends and assert those boundaries. Let them know, just because I'm telling you that we're not close friends or best friends or this, that, and the third, doesn't mean that I don't care about you. Doesn't mean that I won't help you out. But it just means that it takes me a little longer to trust. It takes me a little longer to give you said title. And maybe it's because I did that shit in the past and people just flew on out. So it's like, I feel like a true friend will respect your boundaries and respect the stages you are in at that point in life. They're not going to try to make you into something, and they're not going to try to make you be something for themselves. And again, let's even dial it back. When I say they're not going to make you into something, if your friend's pushing you to your own dreams, to your own goals, that's a whole different ballgame. You might have just caught the one. But if your friend's pushing you in the sense of, this is what I want you to do for me, this is how I want you to be for me, me and you, me and you, me and you, I'm the only one in the world. It's like, that's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have other people in your life, especially if they aren't the only one. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people let friendships get to their head. They let titles, oh my God, they let titles get to their head, and it dictates over the friendship. Like, if you have a friend that's worried more about the title, what y'all are, than what the hell is going on, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys should at least be at a strong enough standing that the title don't even matter, because it's just so, you guys are just so close, you guys are just so there. So I feel like with that being said, you should uphold yourself to those standards, or try to, because anything less than that is going to be rough. It's going to be rough and patchy. It's going to be hard. You know, another thing is, when you do have this mindset, you will find yourself alone. You'll find yourself doing a lot of things alone. You'll find yourself progressing in life alone for a little bit. And to me, I feel like that's comfortable. I feel like that's fine, because I'd rather be alone than be disrespected. Truth be told, like, because at least being alone, the only one that's disrespecting you is you. You know what I'm saying? You really seeing who's in your life and who's not in your life. But when you have a friend in your life that you can clear cut see, this shit ain't right and they don't make me feel right, it's like, why are you accepting that? Like, and the worst part about it, those friends make you feel lonely as shit. So I'd rather be alone than lonely with friends around me. You feel me? So let that sink in for a little bit, because that was a milestone for me to cross. You know, it's really hard to make those type of choices, and I'm not saying that if you're finding out or figuring out these things within your friends, blunt cut them off. Bye, bitch. We ain't working it out. I'm not talking to you no more. No, try to at least have the conversation, baby. But 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, they may not be so receptive of what you're saying. That's me being a little pessimistic, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes friends are a little hard of hearing when you call out something that has been going on for a long time. Even I struggle with that myself. So it's like, definitely try to work on your delivery, try to make it a safe space, but I would definitely advise communicating these things, because bluntly cutting someone off is not the way to go. Both parties are going to be hurt, because, you know, that was your friend, hopefully. And they're going to be hurt because they're not going to know what the fuck is going on. But people do it. It happens. And I just feel as though it's kind of called for in certain situations. Maybe it's just my own exception, but I just feel like, you know, you've just done too much. You just got to go. Like, once your mind is clear, once the rose tinted glasses are off, it's just like, you just gotta go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's different levels to this, and you could feel out all the different things I've spoken about with friends, but it's just like, I feel like true beautiful friendships, they're just so freeing. They're just so, you chill with that person, and when you leave, right, you're just like, damn, I gotta go back into society of these people. I gotta go back into the world. You know, they literally have you forget about everyone else's existence. You know, you guys are just in your own world and just having such a good time. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like when you're not in such a good friendship, like, you just worry. You know what I'm saying? They don't make you feel good. You remember every bad thing that's going on in your life, and most likely because they're reminding you. So it's like, I mean, some people like those type of friends. I'm sorry. Some people like those type of friends, but I want to be respected in my friendships. I don't want to be disrespected. I don't want to feel bad, because I know how to make myself feel good. So why would I go to the next person so they can make me feel bad? Like, you competing with me. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to make myself feel good. So think about that too. Sometimes you're struggling with the fact that you don't know how to make yourself feel good. You don't know how to make yourself feel happy. So then you're going to these friends hoping that they can make you feel happy, and they're failing every single damn fucking time. So make sure you're around people that are actually worth your time, or are actually worth your energy. You know what I'm saying? You're not just there suffering. So that's my take on that. And yeah, that's really, I think that's all I had to say. All right. Bye.